Okay, so today I have a plan on something I want to do. Um, so I have this filter here, and the reason why I want to put this filter on is because the box that goes here has is way too close to this. I don't have any space, and then whenever I do the supercharger kit, they want you to reuse this box. And it doesn't matter how much I wiggle it and try to push it forward, it does not want to go anymore. So this right here, it'll end up hitting here, and it just sits way too close, like I said. So I want to have some room, so I want to have that filter. I know it's not going to be a performance gain as of right now, but I really do feel like it's going to help as far as in the future whenever it's forced induction. So as of right now, I just want to have the filter here where I still have, like breathable space, and I still have room to play with. Not like here where it's kind of like, right there hitting it. You could tell like right here, there's a little bit of dirt from having to push it in, and this thing's supposed to, like if I push it any more forward, I can't take that cap off. Like you can tell. And that's where you put the oil, so you see what I mean? So I'm trying to put this filter, like I said. I'm gonna take this box off, I'm gonna take this whole thing off, and then see if I can reuse that pipe. If not, I have another one, but reuse this little thing and see if I can like kind of just wiggle it just a little bit to that much, just to have some clearance right there instead of going straight to that. But even then, that shit, it's not gonna be like straight all the way over here. It's probably gonna be like right there, and then the cone's gonna like just have enough room to play with. So that's my plan. I have gloves because every time I do this I get dirty. But so my idea is I looked online and I got one of these adapter thingies to do the mass airflow sensor, because this is the stupidest fucking design ever where they put it into here and this is a sensor, right? So I bought one of these thinking that this one fits, but it's too big, and we're back into zero. I can't use this one. I can't use none of the adapters. None of them work for this, and it doesn't matter how much it just not doesn't line up like these do. So what I'm gonna try to do is reuse this box as far as for the circle. So I'm gonna cut around it. So my idea is cut right here, cut like that. And the thing is, you would think like, oh, this is gonna fuck it up. Well, in reality, it's still a circle. So all I gotta do is cut around it. You see, and reuse that circle instead, and then put the filter on this right here. So that's my idea. I'll figure out how I'm gonna cut this. If it doesn't work, then I guess I can't use the car. But I'm pretty sure I got this. Either way, I could run one of those and then just kind of like just play around on the other area, but it should be fine. I'm pretty sure this is gonna work. It's just a simple cut right there, and then you would think like, oh, that's gonna block it. Like I said, it's not. It's right there. So let's see how this works. I'm gonna go ahead and try to cut it, and then I'll let you guys know how it goes. Okay, and here's the finished product. So as you can tell, I went ahead and cut it up. I only needed this part where it kind of makes a circle. I'm trying to keep this. I cut around this just like that. Cut around it. Right here I put a little bit of Bondo because I cut a little bit into it so you could barely see, but it's not to the point where it will leak air or anything. It's still fine. As far as this, I left a little bit of more room up here because this thing is so close to it. That way I still have that to grip onto something. But either way, I'm not worried about it because I'm gonna do around here just to be sure that it's good to go. And I just push it up here as much as I can. But pretty much that's what I wanted to do. So I kept the original to the point where this will clip right in here, and then the cone will just go here. That way I don't have to have this box in the way and that being too close to that. As far as that, this filter, I mean, it's not going to be useful anymore. This thing is still going to suck in air through here anyway, like it normally does anyway, so it's going to go straight to the filter. But you kind of get the point, kind of get the idea of what I was doing. Like I said, I wouldn't do this if you were thinking about going NA. Just stay in NA because the stock air box is just fine. It keeps the temperatures down anyway. It's not like a cold air intake really adds horsepower to these cars. It really doesn't. But in my case, because I am waiting for the supercharger to come in, it wants to keep the stock air box, and I don't have the room for it for the oil cooler. So all of this right here is going to go away. I want to see if I can buy something where I can cover that up so I can remove this, because I don't like the fact that they decided to think that that was cool to make the noise go into the engine. That's kind of, for me, it's not worth it. So I'm gonna see if I can put everything back, and then we'll see how it looks. And here we go. This is what it looks like with the mass airflow sensor put on. And I kind of angled it a little bit just because but I'm really pulling on it like really hard, and it's not coming off. So I really do feel comfortable with this. I really don't think it's going to come out. So it's time to just remove this right here, which should just popped off, and then this, all of it comes off as well. So all I'm gonna have is just that the MAF sensor is still gonna be on there, so we shouldn't get no check engine light. I'm gonna put it on, see what it sounds like, in case you hear anything different, you know, the exhaust is louder or whatever. Again, this is just an experiment, just to try it out. I just want to see, because again, this is all just to save me room. That's why I could have gone with the K&N, but the K&N kind of stretches out even more, which defeats the purpose of this. So I just went with this filter. It's a Edelbrock filter, which is a good brand, you know. Ooh, ProCharge strip. What is that? What does that mean? I don't know. But yeah, so let me put this on, and then I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. Alright, and this is what it looks once it's installed. Ignore this. I'm just trying to see a way of like moving it and keeping it away. Not that it's hitting it or anything, but I do want to keep it just in case if it moves or anything. I'm trying to move it. It kind of wiggles a little bit, but it's not too much. This right here, it's just to keep it, or I'm gonna think about a way of like just having something to just keep it without moving. I'm gonna use the stock bolt that you know, the stock bolt location that I was supposed to be on, just to keep it in place, just something like that. I mean, that's gonna hold. I mean, I'm not really worried about it. I don't think that's ever gonna break off or anything, and even if it does, like I said, it's nothing really wrong with it. I just wanted not too much movement, but I'm gonna turn it on, see what it does, see if I get no. I'm gonna turn off my check engine light off. The reason why I have it on is because of the cats. That way I turn it on right now, and then I'm gonna take it for a drive, a quick drive, and then if I see that the check engine light comes on, I'm gonna see for what, even though it shouldn't. I'm pretty sure it's not, but I just want to go ahead and just make sure everything's good to go. So let me turn it on, see what it does or anything. Okay. Alright, so there you go. So it's idling normal now. But you can definitely hear it suck in the air. Let me just give you a little preview. Yeah, see if you can hear it. So I'm going to try to see the best way for you guys. But just let me know if you can hear it. Hopefully you guys were able to see that. I'm not sure if it was pointing right. I was trying to stretch out. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. See, you can kind of see it from there. So I'm gonna take it on a quick drive just to make sure I'm not getting no check engine light or anything. Everything's good to go. I do need to let the car a little bit warm up. I already started idling normal, so it's good to the point where I could just rev it out just a bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and drive around, see what it feels like, see if probably this is gonna cause some future problems, because you know, that way we can get something fixed out. But it shouldn't. Like I said, it's not giving me any codes. I really think the throttle might just respond a little bit different. It might be a little bit better, or it might be a little bit worse. It just depends. But I really don't think it's gonna be worse, being honest with you. But I'm gonna take it on a quick drive just to make sure, and then I'll let you guys know. Okay, so I went ahead and finished the test. It's not moving at all. This thing is super tight. This thing is super tight. None of it's falling off, which is great. This is holding on just fine. I'm probably gonna keep it like that for just maybe a bit. I went ahead and test drove it. I redlined it. Well, not redlined it, but I got pretty close to redline. Just to make sure that at high RPMs this thing does not pop off, because that would be the worst thing to ever happen. But it's holding on just fine. This thing is super tight, which I'm not worried about this one. I'm not worried about this one, surprisingly. I'm worried about this one. This one's super tight as well. But this one is the one that I feel like would come out, because the other way, the stock box, it would just clamp onto it and then you just tighten it. But on this one, it's putting a little bit of weight to it, so it could slip off. But I mean, as far as that, like, I drove it pretty hard and it's not coming off, which is great. And now look at all that room that we have to play with. So whenever the supercharger gets installed, it's gonna be the same setup basically. So whenever the supercharger gets installed, it goes somewhere right here. Pipes go through here, so you're gonna have to cut this. You're gonna have to get rid of the spot that's under here. And at the end of the day, you're supposed to use a stock airbox back here. And that's one thing I don't want to do. As far as that, I feel like I gained a little. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say that, because you know, I really don't think a filter really makes a difference. But the throttle is just a bit better, and even though it's not like, you know, on a cover that's covering it from all the hot air to come in or anything, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. But I mean, it's working just fine. Everything's working. I mean, the hoses are, everything's going to where it's supposed to be. No check engine light came on. The car doesn't feel sluggish. It actually feels really good. Feels like it's moving. For some reason, I was in second gear. I floored it going like about 30 and I wheel spinned, which is kind of weird, because you know, on these cars you don't really wheel spin at all, especially me on, you know, super heavy tires. But yeah, this right here is holding on just fine. Like I said, I'm gonna try another method, try to see if I can move it over here, but trying to see like what I can do instead of just holding this thing. But even then, even if I leave it like that, that's fine. I mean, this thing ain't never gonna break. It's holding it in place where it kind of goes towards there, so I don't have to worry about the filter hitting over there or anything, hitting the belt or anything. So it's fine there. I'm honestly just gonna leave it like that. But yeah, as far as that, that's what it's like so far. I'm just waiting for the supercharger to come on. You can see the oil cooler now, way better than the last time I showed you, because I had the stock airbox. That's this is a radiator that's right here. That's the oil cooler line. The bottom one right there is the other oil cooler line that goes right here. The hose for the thermostat stuff, and then I have this new one that it comes with. And yeah, I mean, as far as like the temperatures are definitely lower. I do have a flex fuel kit already, because for some reason Delicious Tuning does not want to tune you at all on just straight E85 without having a flex fuel kit. So the flex fuel kit goes somewhere right here. It's an easy thing. I already saw it connects to one of those lines. That line connects back to it. You're gonna route the line, and then you're gonna connect it to the secondary O2 sensor. If you're with Ecutech, if it's Open Flash tablet, it's way more of a headache, to the point where I'm like thankful I went with Ecutech anyway. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was pretty long, but just to give you an idea, in case you want to do this, again, I don't really recommend if you're going NA, but if you are thinking about boosting your vehicle, and if you're going supercharger, then they're probably going to require for you to use the stock airbox. If you're going turbo, they come with their own filters that you can just pop on. So it's up to you if you want to do this. NA, yes, it feels a little bit better, but that's just basically one day of day driving. I haven't, you know, I need to really test this out and really pay attention to the temperatures and everything and see what is going on. But I do have that what's it called, the oil cooler and the radiator to help me, so it's not really a good comparison to, you know, other people that don't have that. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna keep rocking it like this for at least, it's gonna be maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks until a supercharger comes in. And then once it does, then I'll go ahead and put that on, and then that way I can run it like that, and I don't have to worry about not having room here, because I need that room for sure. And that stock airbag is way too big, and it takes up too much room, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. So we'll see. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. And I guess I'll catch you guys next time.